What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you waiting on. I don't know why I said that. Waiting on the stream to start. For those of you catching replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications when these live chats. You can take part right along with me. So, I've got a couple of decants. Kaylin, I don't know if you're here already, had sent me some and they leaked, and they're blank labels. I don't know if that was intentional or if when they leaked, it got rid of what he wrote. But we do have La Cordee, which has been hyped to death by my man EQ, who is moving into his new home currently. So we definitely check that one out today. And then Rafe Saunders sent a whole bunch of decants, and I grabbed three that I'm very eager to check out. We got Aqua Fahrenheit. Been wanting to smell that. Artisan Black, one of the only three Varvatos fragrances I've never smelled that I've been wanting. And then the Labo Tabac 28, which Justin has praised. Grace had bought this for him for his birthday a few years back, and I've heard nothing but good things from Justin. So finally going to get an opportunity to try it. As far as what I'm wearing, I'm rocking hair, and it's funny how things are different from test strip to skin. Wife came in here earlier, and I was like, she leaned down to give me a kiss, and she smelled me. She's like, "Ooh, that smells nice." She said, "It smells like something you would like." I said, I told everybody how you don't like stuff when it's that. She's like, no, I like it. It just smells like a fragrance you would like. She said, "It smells good, though. Is that one of the ones?" I said, "Yeah." So it's the one you didn't like that you didn't pick. And I showed her the bottle. She said, "Oh, so that's that?" It's like, "Yeah, that smells very different on your skin." She's like, "It smells much better on your skin." So all of a sudden now it's wife approved. Test strips. They're the ruiner of everything. They never let you get the full story. So I'm wearing Parfums de Marley Herod. It was nice and chilly when I went to do cardio this morning. It was in the 40s. A nice little breeze. It was nice and chilly this morning. Got in the low 60s today. Nothing crazy. It'll be that way tomorrow and the next day as well. Highs in the low 60s, lows in the high 40s, mid to high 40s. So nice weather. Then we're back in the 70s. It'll warm back up for like another week. Ready for a cool front to roll around and stay. You know what I mean? So I see we got 64 people in the first 2 minutes. No clue what kind of crowd we'll have. I'm thankful for whoever does show up. If you don't mind, hit your thumbs up on the way in. It does help. Let's get caught up in this chat. Good to see you, Jason. Ooh, amazing. I've heard good things. Many people have asked me my thoughts on it over the years, and I've never gotten around to trying it. Wanted by Night. Not many talk about this anymore because the Most Wanted flankers kind of surpassed it. I mean, I prefer both. Actually, all three Most Wanted flankers over Wanted by Night. I would still hold, Wanted by Night in high regard, but I would take, all three versions of the Most Wanted. The black bottle, the Parfum, and the new one, the Intense EDT. Just personal preference. I would take all of them over it, honestly. Excellent choice. Well, I mean, you got to remember, I was in Colorado Springs for 3 years. I had many snow days before I moved to Florida last year. Stuff that's warm, really amber dominant, or really warm and spicy. Parfums Marley Cologne, very warm and spicy. Grand Soir from MFK, Honey Oud from Montal. It's not just one fragrance, stuff like that. And Intense Red Tobacco would go right up in there as well. Really good, warm, spicy stuff. Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy Extreme, great choice. Anything Bad Boy line. Good to see you, Austin. Fall weather in Tampa. Yeah, we had some nice weather today. Fall of Phaeton. Send to the Evening Sacred Flame. Also, Aqua Fahrenheit is awesome. So I've heard over the years. I'm finally getting to try it. I've heard for a lot of people it's the best one. I've never tried Fahrenheit Absolute either. There's a lot of Fahrenheit flankers I missed on that I would love to try at some point. But sounds like an Argos type of day for you, man. Good to see you. YEDP, excited for Monday, where I'll start wearing some of my Christmassy fragrances for the month of December. As well, weather dictating, but on the cooler days, it'll be the same thing for me. I'm watching Enclave, excellent stuff. Navitus Xenial, never tried it. Which for some reason it wasn't pinned, but that's what the comment I was reading. Barry, good to see you. Chilly here in Virginia Beach this evening. La Tacita de Cafe. Shout outs to Day 3 Fragrances. Great coffee fragrance. Send of the day, one spray of Overture Man because it's strong enough. Amen. That's definitely one I can't wear around the wife. She literally does not like it at all. Can't stand it. Thinks it smells terrible. And I love it. Sad for me. I don't know when my next opportunity to wear it's going to be. I've only worn it twice. So good. I'm glad you're getting to enjoy it, at least. Invictus Victory Elixir. That's a great flanker. 50 Cents Power and Sin of the Night Polo Red Extreme. Flexing on people now. That's one I wish I had so many opportunities to get it and I never did. Curaçao Bay from Jacques Fath. That's a beautiful tropical fragrance. Never tried it. So I can't weigh in. I don't know what it smells like. I don't even know if I've ever looked at the profile. Yeah, I'm not familiar. Good to see you, sir. I see you changed it from Deadhead 12, I believe is what it was prior to just Jonathan. 1 million Privé. Excellent choice for a fall day. Good to see you, Kara, wearing Black Prestigium, literally the strongest fragrance ever. It is some stout stuff. Still projecting heavy after 11 hours, I believe it. Someone here at work bought themselves a bottle online before we even clocked in. It is special. It is indeed special. Funny enough, I had a comment this morning on the video, the highest rated fragrances video from yesterday, because that's in there. And this guy went, Ross means this when he's talking about this, and Ross means that. And he's just started speaking on my behalf, explaining what I mean by oud funk and all these other things. And I was like, wow, you're not here anymore. Maybe some people will be like, damn, why'd you block that? Because nobody's going to speak for me. This dude wrote an essay explaining my thoughts on some stuff. And I mean, broke it down. I was like, who is this random dickhead that's speaking on my behalf, explaining my thoughts on stuff? Like 3 paragraphs, like re-reviewing my review for me with what he thinks I'm thinking. Bye. I read enough. Bye. People could call me a dick for that. Yeah. That was a big no-no, what I read right there. I did not like that at all. So if you happen to see this, sir, wow. Don't speak for strangers. Don't speak on strangers' behalf. People, not a good move. Great fragrance, though. I say what I mean. No one needs to speak on my behalf on anything. I'm assuming you're talking to Giancarlo, because I am not going. He was talking to Giancarlo. Let's see. Boss number 6, the original. All-time 90s great. I think it's an all-time 90s great, personally. Okay, this is a conversation back and forth. Trying to figure out whether black and white is good enough or just save up and get the real deal. What's it similar to? We got a Parfumo right here. Frankincense, grapefruit, bergamot. Let me see if I can guess first. Frankincense, grapefruit, bergamot, cardamom, elemi, pink pepper, not Carlisle, incense, grapefruit, bergamot. So no apple. So no. I don't think it's Leighton. I see cardamom and vanilla. It could be though. Is that supposed to be similar to Leighton? Leighton. Yeah, instead of apple, they got citruses. Okay. Because it was starting to look pretty eerily similar to where it could, like a lot of the notes were painting a Leighton picture for me. So, okay, so it's similar to Leighton. I don't know. I'm not familiar. This is the first time I really look at I think I've never looked at these notes before. Seems to be pretty highly rated on here. People seem to like it. 8.1 out of 10, almost 80 ratings. If you see it for like 30-ish bucks, what the hell? Give it a shot, you know? Is it going to give you the same experience of Leighton? No. Only Leighton's going to give you the same exact experience as Leighton, but I mean, if you want to roll the dice, what the hell? If it's like 30 bucks, sure. What the hell? Why not? Seems like people like it. Yeah. First I look into it. The note breakdown definitely paints a Leighton picture. Good to see, sir. Parlin Rosa Ocean, EDP. Parfums de Marly, Haltane. Very oud for greatness like. Rocha Sloan, we talked about that one this morning. That video's doing okay. Not as good as I expected to. The video's been doing pretty hot lately. So thank you guys for that. Videos been doing very well. A lot of them have been doing in the teens of thousands of views. Pretty much everything's been like 10 to 16,000 views. Almost every video for like the last 2 weeks. It's been great. I appreciate that. This morning's not so much. I mean, it's doing okay. It's doing what previously videos were doing on average, you know. It's just they got hot all of a sudden. So thank you guys again. Thank you guys for that. African Leather from Memo, great fragrance. No, sir. No, sir. I have limited Le Labo experience. Only a few fragrances. Pretty excited about Tobac 28. So we're 10 minutes in. We'll go for another 5 minutes. Keep getting caught up in the chat, and then we'll hell, I mean, we might. No, we're gonna start with Aqua Fahrenheit. Who am I kidding? We're gonna start with the fresher ones. We'll probably start with Artisan Black and then go Aqua Fahrenheit because I'm assuming that's gonna be the two freshest ones, especially Artisan Black. I'm confident that's a fresh one. Let's see what we got here. Happy by Clinique, all-time great. Bright orange, super fresh. Just left Macy's. Attempted to try fragrances, but was a gauntlet of women. Can I help you, sir? Or, here, try this. Finally, I had to tell them, leave me alone. Well, it is the holiday season. You're walking through the fragrance area. You got to expect it. It's a time-honored tradition at Macy's and Dillard's when you walk through the fragrance section during the holidays. Time-honored tradition. It's their job. That's what they got to do. Speaking of Leighton, the exclusive's really good. A lot of oud. A little funky, like this Castoreum type of funkiness. I actually think Castoreum might even be in the notes, actually. If I remember correctly. It's really good. No, Castoreum's not in the notes, but that oud, Laotian oud, Laotian, however you say, the L version. It's very distinctive. It's got a little bit of a funkiness to it. Smells like Leighton with oud, basically. Bit more regal of a Leighton. It's good stuff. Yeah, very highly rated, as you can see. Probably rated higher than Leighton. Number 29 in men's perfume. 8.3 out of 10, 2,100 ratings. Leighton is, no, ranked number 2. Never mind. Leighton's like king shit over here. Ranked number 2. Never mind. Disregard. Super highly rated with over 6,000. That's impressive to have almost a 9 out of 10 rating with over 6,000 reviews. So never mind. But they are redundant to one another. But if Leighton's a go-to on a regular basis for you, Leighton Exclusive is the special occasion take on it. This is a bit more regal, a bit more animalic, you know. Good to see you, my man. Jean-Paul Gaultier's Labo EDT Kicksgrifty approved. FWO Wolfpack for life. Yak Mob. Yeah, I agree. I have about 20 ml left of a 30 ml that EJ, may he rest in peace, decanted for me out of his 75 ml. And this was like first run, long before the 4.2 ounce bottles existed, when they were just available in the 75 ml. It was like the first 3 months that it existed. He had decanted a whole bunch of random shit out of his bottles. That's just how EJ was. And sent me stuff. In the past, I'd be like, oh, you know, if a friend will leave unnamed sent me that. It was always EJ. May he rest in peace. He was such a good dude. God, I miss EJ. He was funny as shit too. Great sense of humor. What a good dude. Supremacy Collector's Edition. I wore that yesterday. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good to see you. Banana Republic Dark Cherry and Amber. I quite like it. A Claude Deer creation. Speaking of. Prada L'Homme Intense, excellent choice. YSL Libra Flower and Flame, one of the flankers. Good to see you, Saga. The original, the EDP, one of my wife's personal favorite fragrances. That's actually a really good price for a big ass bottle. Do you need 200 ml though? Let's be real here. If I could try to save you a little bit of money on a bottle that you're probably never going to go through, because it is a strong frag. Don't let anybody tell you Leighton's not strong. It's strong. You don't need to spray the hell out of that fragrance. It's a few sprays, and that's all you need, man. And it's hours and hours, and it's great sillage and all that. Man, 4.2 is a big-ass bottle on that one, honestly. Like, I'll never go through my 4.2. And I get it. You probably don't have as many fragrances as I do, but I know you got a lot, you know? So do you need 6.7, honestly, when you could probably spend like 175? Really, you could get a 75 ml, probably 150, 160 range from the right discounter. 75 ml goes a long ass way, man. Save yourself the money. You don't need that big ass bottle. You don't. I'm looking out for you. You don't need that big ass bottle. Rem Silver and 9 p.m. in the evening, the double whammy. All right, then. Good to see you. Nitro White, great choice. Nothing Pour Homme, excellent choice. Smells nothing. Umagama, never heard of it. By Zodic, all right. Pissed I missed the live the other day, had to work. Don't sweat it, man. We always do more. I think it's one of the better releases of the year. I haven't worn it in so long. Enter the point when I say I haven't worn it in so long. It's been months. Good stuff, though. Pardon. I love this shit. All right. Good stuff. Nasamato, you can't go wrong with that brand. Great weather in South Florida. Off today. Good brunch date. End of the day. Tom Ford Black Orchid. All right. Let's skip on down. Going well. Pradalome Intense. Excellent, excellent choice. It is going well. Best Versace Eau Fraiche clones and alternatives. For $50, get you 100 ml of Versace Man Eau Fraiche. But if you can find Armaf Aura Fresh, that's a great option for around $25-30. It's not that easy to find for some reason. It's basically the EDP version. You just get a little bit more longevity. It's spot on as far as the scent profile. That's really the only one I'd recommend. Outside of that, just get Man Eau Fraiche. Uh-oh. Danye and Noir Extreme. Finally cold in South Louisiana. It's finally cold here in North Florida. Northwest Florida. I'm in the Panhandle, which is basically South Louisiana's weather. It's usually about 10 degrees cooler here because I got the breeze coming off the water. I'm 3 minutes from the water. So if I was more inland, it's like spot on with South Louisiana. So I didn't know you were in South Louisiana, Luis. I had no idea. My man, Matt, good to see you. Pulse of the Night from Issey Miyake. Dan Not the Man. Well, not Dan Malik. I don't know. I'm just so used to seeing Dan Not the Man. Danimal, my bad. We got so many like-named people here. We got multiple Dans that I'm a fan of. Barara King. I don't have that. Do I have that one? No, I got Dawn. Yeah. And then Double Blue, which is basically like a better version of Chrome. It's better than Chrome. It's higher quality than Chrome. Thoughts on 1 million Golden Oud, I'm assuming, versus Royal. If you had Golden Oud. Middle Eastern 1 million. Man. It's like pretty hard to top. It's one of the best creations Paco Rabanne's put out like ever. They did good. They did really good with Golden Oud. Yeah, definitely that. Royal's more versatile. Royal's something you can get more wearing opportunities out of, but Golden Oud's better. It's just a better fragrance. It's more situational, but it's better. Dan was a moderator, so I kind of slimmed it down to those that it's nothing against Dan. Dan's my boy. I slimmed the moderators down to those that are here all the time. That's why we got Newt, Kara, Joel, and the Bishop are basically what's left as far as moderators. So I did take some wrenches away. Yeah. And Dedrick still got his wrench too. But aside from that, everybody else, I kind of just, because they're never here. So what's the point? Or sporadically here. It's not, again, no shot at Dan. Dan's here whenever he can be. But it's like especially Newt. Newt's the newest moderator. Newt makes it a point to be here, handles business for me. I appreciate that. Kara, same way. So it's like, it's nothing. It's not like it's some crazy privilege to have the wrench. All it is you can get rid of some dickhead comments, basically, is what it comes down to. So it just kind of helps me out to moderate while I'm chatting with you guys, because I don't necessarily see everything because I stay so far behind in the comments. So that's all it is. It's no personal shots. I love Dan. Dan's my boy. Good to see you, sir. Lemon Dolce, because why the hell not? One of the better $15 fragrances you can get, that's for sure. Good to see you, Quest. Strong with you, Amber. Can't get enough. Also, do you recommend high rep, low weight for cutting? No, sir. That is a myth. Don't do that. You want to train as heavy as you can with as much intensity as you can with proper form. You want to try to, 8 is probably the lowest rep range I would want to hit. But if you can maintain anything in the 12 to 15 rep range where it's like you're failing at going into bad form in that range, then you're doing good. Yeah, no, you're not gonna cut by doing like 20 reps of half the weight you would do at 10 reps at heavier weight. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. Calories in, calories out, caloric deficits, the way your macros shake. Like, there's so much more that goes into it. Like, if you don't change what you're doing in the kitchen, how you're training you can't out-train a bad diet, is how the saying goes. You can't out-train a bad diet. Your training regimen's not going to matter if you're not eating the way you need to eat to lose weight. So keep that in mind. Yeah, that's a bullshit myth. That's nonsense. Anybody that tells you that's a good way to go about it, any YouTubers, that's bullshit. Just want to let you know that is a bullshit method. That is not true. Oh, just, do a lot of reps and it help you. No. There's no toning. You don't tone. Yeah, it's you want to train with intensity and purpose. Even if you're not trying to just build as much muscle as possible, you still want to break down the muscle and repair it as best you can. And training intensely is what's going to do it. Now, if you're training for strength, you're going to want to go heavier with a lower rep range. That's where the rep range matters more. Now you're going to do more in that 4 to 6, 6 to 8 range. That's a different type of training, though. You're going to do a lot more power movements, compound movements, a lot of barbell work and stuff. So that's different. But if you're training for hypertrophy to build muscle, you're going to want to stay in the higher rep range, which when you're training for hypertrophy, you have a better opportunity at losing body fat while building muscle. But again, it comes down to the kitchen. The kitchen's just as important, if not more important in certain cases, than actually what's going on in the gym. Because you can have a mediocre workout and have a great diet, and you'll be better off than having a crazy good workout and a bad diet. Does that make sense? Can't out-train a bad diet. Good to see, sir. You Bohm Wild. I've been wanting to get that for so long. Second Soul. Excellent choice. CK1 Shock, Dark Rebel, and Star Walker. Indeed, indeed. So we're going to skip on down because I did get caught up a little bit right there. So we get behind pretty quickly. Enigma Parfum Cologne's an excellent, excellent choice. Good to see Sandy. Snowy Belfast. Andy Tower Sundowner. Never tried that one. My thoughts got Google translated. Well, all right then. Thanks, Jay. Speaking of jackasses, insert Jay at the right moment every time something's mentioned about a jackass. Here he comes. Boy. My resident jackass, Jay, ladies and gentlemen, or as Dedrick likes to call him, King Arrows. We're friendly. I wouldn't say we're like close friends or anything like that. Like me and Erica are cool. I've talked to her in the past, you know. Not like I hit her up like, hey, what's up today? How are you? You know, nothing like that. Okay, that's a different conversation. No takeaways whatsoever. I have not tried every fragrance. Yeah. We live in Florida. We must be friends. We both create content, and we both live in Florida. Code EDP, the OG version. Hey, man. That's my favorite version of Code. Great choice. I mean, we're 22 minutes in. We haven't even sniffed the damn fragrance yet. Shame on me. Let me skip on down to the bottom. I apologize. We are skipping. Lions Pride, good to see you, sir. Noah, good to see you, sir. Smell Plume Impressions Art Nuevo. No, sir. They have 15% off plus free shipping. I would highly... Wait, you already have a Royal Bourbon, actually. You wore it the other day. I was about to say I would highly encourage Royal Bourbon, but you have that one already. No, I haven't tried this one from them. That house is so good. Cravat Noir. Yeah, it's very similar. A lot of patchouli in that one. He peppered and vanillaed the patchouli a lot in that one. Like, it's clearly going the tuxedo route, but he went real heavy on certain notes. He was good for that. Baciu Immortel, my favorite wedding fragrance. This is a great fragrance. Like I was mentioning in the video today, like I need to get that back in my rotation. It's so good. I have so many good fragrances, guys. Is Jason a moderator? I don't remember if I made Jason a moderator. Oh, is he? I don't know. When he pops his ass in to talk shit, we'll find out if he's got a wrench next to his name. I don't recall Jason having a wrench. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. So skipping on down. Wow, I was so far behind. 9 days off after. Damn, that's impressive. All right, today we're making it to the bottom. Here we go. L'Odyssée pour Homme, the original. Hell yeah. How are you? Haven't watched the vid in a long while. Kind of fell off on buying clothes. Oh, good, man. Look, you don't have to buy nothing to come hang out with us. You know, I mentioned that in the end of my videos now. I started doing that. It's like, yeah, there's links down below, but you don't have to buy nothing. I'm just glad you came watch the video and hang out for a little bit. Never feel pressured to buy anything because that's not the intent of the videos. It's if you happen to want to buy something, sure, hook brother up with a commission, you know, use an affiliate link, but never feel like there's pressure to do that in any review, any live stream, any of that. Definitely not. I don't even have it. I mean, I have lab samples. Not today. Patience. Patience, sir. Patience. Patience. Dilly, did I mention patience? I love how eager you guys are. I definitely let George know that yesterday. He's traveling back. He had a 22-hour flight. He was 2 hours before he had to be at the airport when I talked to him yesterday. He was in Vietnam when I talked to him yesterday. Not necessarily. I mean, when I used to watch content all the time, I didn't just buy shit like crazy from recommendations I was seeing. I mean, here and there for sure. Some people do. Some people get bigger pops than that. But LA Knight, the shine's coming off the apple there, man. All right. 3-figure. Oh, God, yeah. George, don't do $90 fragrances. They're always over $100. No, this is a few. This would be a few $100s. Yeah, this is going to be his most expensive fragrance he's ever sold. 3-figure price point, because a non-3-figure price point would be $99 or less. You won't see that. He's not giving away niche fragrances here, guys, because he spends money on all his stuff's custom. He's got trademarks and copyrights too. It's like his presentations, and especially this fragrance is its own beast. But his usual stuff, that's all. His cost is not no $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a bottle. He ain't making the kind of margins somebody that makes a cheap ass fragrance does. Like how Jeremy's like, oh, this cost me 50 cents a cap. Yeah, Jeremy makes cheap ass shit and charges you crazy money. That ain't brands like Argos, Kajal, and Zaharoff. They spend a lot of money on their shit. You know, I can tell you I'm not going to tell you what they spend, but I can tell you they spend some money. The margins ain't wild like that. And with George, it's much more affordable than most people would charge with what George is selling. Okay, see, that makes more sense. No, it ain't gonna be no $1,000. It's nothing crazy like that. It's more expensive than usual for Zaharoff. It's not wild like that. No, it's definitely not $1,000. Had to change. Oh, damn. But past it, I don't know. I'm about to smell that one. That's gonna be the second one I smell. But good to see you, Sean. My sales manager would disagree on applying pressure. I'm not trying to sell things to people, Matt. I'm not in the car business anymore. So you did the opposite of me. I got out of the car business to make content. You were making content, then got in the car business. You did the exact opposite of what I did. I was in the car business before, and then started doing this while I was still in the car business. Yeah, I make a comfortable living just on the ad revenue. People don't have to buy stuff through the affiliate links. That's just extra. You know what I mean? I'm fine with the ad revenue. You know, some of them are really good. I think it's really worth spending. Yes. If you can afford it, yes. It's not necessarily about buying the bottle. It's about having the experience for sure. I think if you try the clone first and you like the clone, you owe it to yourself to try the original. And I think it's always good practice to understand the original art so you can see what they were trying to rip off in the first place. Because even though I do review the clones and there's clones that I really enjoy, it's blatant ripping off people's art. Let's call it what it is. Nothing artistic about robbing someone, ripping somebody's shit off and making a cheaper version for profit. That's what it is. That's what they're doing. I prefer the twists than the direct carbon copies. I've said that many, many times. The main reason I review clones is because a lot of my viewers want me to review clones. It's not that I want to have a giant collection of clones. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna wear the original if I got the original, because I prefer the original experience. Because the original experience is always just that. Clone fragrances are almost. I call them. That's a new thing I come up with. I'm gonna start calling them almost, because they're almost latent. It's almost Elysium. It's almost It's almost Yum Pistachio Gelato. It's almost this. No matter how close it gets, it's almost that. And a lot of people like to convince themselves the clone's better in some cases. And it does happen. I'll admit like 9 p.m. is always my example. I do think that's better than Ultra Male because it's better quality. But most of the time, and I personally feel it's an overwhelming majority of the time, the original is the better experience. People get wrapped up in going after the best performing one is the best one, regardless of the quality, the way it's blended, the way it nuances. So again, this is all just my opinion and the way I feel about it. And Again, I like a lot of clones. There's some I really enjoy. This is more of a spin and a twist than a direct clone. I love the hell out of this. I wore it again yesterday. It's one of the better affordable releases this year. There's some I really enjoy. I'm not knocking it as a whole, but I'm calling a spade here. They're ripping off the original art. They're ripping off the master perfumers. They're ripping off the original creators and stuff like that. That's most of the time. If it's a clone, it's a ripoff. They're ripping people off. So it's like you proud walking around with a fake Gucci wallet. Kind of the same thing. You like fake J's? It's kind of the same thing, guys. It really is. So we need to dive into this because now I'm behind again on these damn comments. Good to see you, Mo. I've tried a few. I haven't really dove into the house too heavy. I haven't dove in there. They make mostly clones too. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not completely against the clones. In certain instances, I really enjoy them. I'm just, like I said, calling it what it is. So we are going with, shout out to Kalen. I guess he's a little busy today. He's not able to come pop in. All good, though. That's who sent a couple of these decants. So there's your, for those of you that were wondering, no, he is not a moderator. There you go. If the host is an ass. That I am, sir, proudly. I appreciate that. Thank you, my man. I shoot from the hip and I shoot it straight, and some people don't like it sometimes. Like what I told Ape Rider a minute ago. I'm saying it playfully. I hope he don't get his feelings hurt. He ain't commented since. I hope we're good. You know, take it in stride. But yeah, Mr. Vircher has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. You get your package yet, Dick? Probably not. It's just one day ago, but you are only a few hours away from me. So John Varvatos, Artisan Black. Never smelled it before. I believe in the past I've seen that they have a melon note in the note breakdown. If my memory serves me correctly, I want to say there's a watermelon note. How distinctive is it? I don't know. We'll see. If it smells like watermelon right away, then it's like, oh, I was right. Oh. That's familiar. What is that similar to? That's really familiar to something. It does remind me of Artisan Aqua more than regular Artisan. So I appreciate that, Saga. Thank you very much. I get Artisan Aqua, but I don't get all the green of Artisan Aqua. I get the watery facet to it and the muskiness. Some lavender. It's pepper. It's like lavender and pepper. It doesn't distinctively smell like watermelon, but it's a juiciness. It's not sweet, but it's a juicy fruit smell that's not sweet. So it could be. It's not like a Jolly Rancher or anything like that. It's not like the watermelon note that's in Nitro Red or anything like that. It's nothing like that where it's just over the top like this is a Jolly Rancher. It's not candied. This smells really good. I still would take Artisan Blue over it, which is not a blue fragrance. It's super green. So the wrong color and the wrong name. But this is like, I put this right behind Artisan Teal and Artisan Blue as far as the Artisan flankers in the house. Let's look at these notes because I'm thinking, I could have swore it's watermelon, but I'm thinking like lavender, pepper, musk, watery notes, stuff like that. Let's see what we're working with here. It smells really good. It's similar to something else, though. Can't pimp 2010. Damn, that long ago, huh? Blood orange, lemon, calypso, mandarin orange, mint. Really? It's very fresh, but I don't know if I'd call it minty. Citrus, fresh, spicy, woody, fruity. Rhubarb, boxwood, basil, galbanum, black currant bud. A lot of greens in here. It's not as green as you would think, though. Not as green as Artisan Aqua and Artisan Blue. Those are much greener than this. Look, that's a lot of notes. My God. Ginger, orange blossom, cardamom, coriander seed, jasmine, neroli, orange jessamine. Never heard of that. Phytolacca dioica. What? Come again? Bocyrus, Cephalus, leather, vetiver, orris root, really. Patchouli and serenolide. A lot of aroma molecules that I'm not familiar with. Calypsone, that's the watermelon note, by the way. the Calypso. That's the fresh watermelon note. That's in Eternity Summer Days. As far as the most recent fragrances I have, that's dominant with that Calypso note. So that aquatic, watery kind of watermelon thing going on. H24. I don't necessarily agree with that. Roadster Sport, I have no idea. Terre d'Hermes, I think that's a stretch. Maybe more Terre d'Hermes, not exactly now. Not exactly, but more Terre d'Hermes than H24. Central Park, I have no idea. Artisan, sure. The core of it's there. It smells more like an Artisan Aqua, one of the flankers, than the original, I think, anyways. That's all about white florals and orange and clementine, basically. Very white, fresh white floral citrus. I do get that core here. So, yeah, it smells like it belongs in the Artisan line. It's not special. That's 7 out of 10 right there. That's what I'm thinking. It's very good. It's not special. I would like to have a bottle. It's one of the few I don't have, and I love the black wicker look. That looks cool. Very similar to the original bottle, just blacked out. Very, very similar. Not the same kind of wicker as like Artisan Teal and Artisan Pure, which honestly, I think I'd put Artisan Pure above this one too. Kind of middle of the pack. I like it though. I could totally get down with a bottle. It's just I don't want to overpay. This has been discontinued for a while. I know bottles are pricey. That's why I don't have it. So I'm out on that. But I'm glad I'm getting the experience. Thank you. Thank you, Rafe. I don't know if he's here yet, but I appreciate the opportunity to experience it. Yeah, it smells really good. It's very fresh, aquatic, green, musky, but it's not special. It's not necessarily passable, but at the price it's at now, it's a pass. When it was still at discounters, it's probably a solid buy. I would have, like I said, I'd like to have a bottle, but at discounter prices, and that's just not a thing anymore. So it's good though. I like it. We're gonna dive into Artisan Black next. I mean, not Artisan Black. I just smelled Artisan Black. Aqua Fahrenheit. This is gonna be the next one. Let me get caught up real quick in the comments. No, so that's what they were asking because Dan doesn't have his wrench anymore. And I said I did a little house cleaning with the wrenches. It's only a few people have the wrench anymore. Kara has 2 wrenches then. There you go. I still do that. I did in the video a couple of days ago. You just don't watch every video. That's what that is. I still do that. Nice right here. Still do that. That's exactly right. It's taped to the Vanilla Oud bottle. Yeah, so now I understand the Kara has 2 wrenches then. Nishane Fan Your Flames is a beautiful fragrance. Well, it's the same. That's the same thing. Calypso is a watermelon accord. That's what Calypso is. Ozonic and melon-like odor profile. Yeah. Same thing that's in Eternity Summer Days. See? Very dominant in there. Super, super dominant. Good to see you. Catch the replay. Got some errands run. No worries. Club Day Week Iconic. Smelling like Blue Day Chanel. Dark Rebel and Artisan Teal. Dark Rebel is their best fragrance ever. I think it's the best one they've ever done, personally. Some will agree, some won't. But yeah, Dark Rebel's like, that's a masterpiece. It's so good. Well, it was never the most popular. It came out almost 15 years ago. I didn't think it was 2010. It got discontinued like 2017, 2018, something like that. It's been discontinued for years. Let me see if they even got any on eBay. Once in a while, people find some little honey holes to get these bottles. Yeah, see, I ain't about to drop 160. No, thank you. 86 for a 75 ml. That's a little more reasonable, but that's still wild as shit. 75, we're getting warmer. But all this 100 and stuff like that, and then tester without a cap for 70, I ain't doing that. Now, I might. do the 75 ml. I'm gonna leave that page open. I might do that 75 ml, add that to cart because I'm always building a cart on eBay. I might do that. We'll see. There's other things I want to buy this week. So I'd like to have a bottle. Am I going to wear it all the time? Hell no. It's more of a collectible thing for me. So I just like having them. Stupid. I get it. I don't need to have it. It's not like it's a special fragrance or anything. This is one of those kind of for the bottle situations. Not like I'm going to see it all the time, right? Yeah, it actually smells good, though. Josh, good to see you, my man. One of my favorite houses of all time. Probably my favorite in my journey. There's a lot of value. A lot of value. Brownie Poise from Hez Parfums. Can we? Can we? That would be great. We got 148 in the chat currently. Well, 148 watching, not 148 in the chat. 88 likes. Can we get there? Can we get there? That would be great. Smelling Dark Rebel now just for the hell of it. God damn, this takes me back. The Bishop. The original wrench, for those of you that didn't know. He's the first wrench ever. Slap that like if you haven't already. Oh, buddy, if you haven't smelled that yet, that's a Joel's Matrix recommendation. I always give Joel his props every time I talk about it in the video, like I did this morning. That's like in that $70 price range. It's above where I normally put the cheap fragrances, but it was like, this deserves to be in here. This topic fits this fragrance. It's really good. No, get that one over Oud Malaki. Oud Malaki is really good, but you'll get more wear out of Cedar Malaki. I'm telling you, it's really, really good, man. A lot of green. Woody aromatic, a lot of green, a little smoky, very bright and aromatic without being soapy. It's good. No, do what you got to do, Dakota. Thanks for coming hang. We're about to get into it. Cucumber Fresh Fahrenheit. Slight Argos Portland vibes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a good one. Justin turned me on to that one. Probably because I find it just so sandalwood dominant. It's more of a warm sandalwood than creamy sandalwood. Original Santal from Creed jumps out in my mind immediately. I love that fragrance. I do. I love that fragrance. There you go. Oh, another really good one. Is it 302? This one, speaking of warm sandalwood. Bon Parfumer. This one. This is what you should get. I think it's 302. No, 301. Yes. It's amber sandalwood cardamom is the main accords. This is a banger. This is very warm. It's not creamy at all. It's warm wood shop type of, not quite dry cedar or nutmeg, but almost warm sandalwood, just the right amount of spice from cardamom. It's not a bitter cardamom. It's not a minty bright cardamom. And it's not a load of cardamom. It's just enough, just a sprinkle of the cardamom spice on top. This is a freaking banger. That's too low of a rating. Granted, it's my opinion, but I think that's too low of a rating. They do have a little bit of cedar. The cumin, don't mind it. It's not there to me. But benzoin, loads of it. Sandalwood cedar, loads of it. Cardamom, just the right amount. Not a bunch of patchouli. This is your main accords here. These woody notes, the benzoin and the cardamom. That's the main things. This is a banger. Absolute banger. I haven't smelled any of these other than Gris Charnel. No, it doesn't smell like Gris Charnel. Aside from that, I haven't smelled the others. That's one I would recommend. You can get that for less than $100 from discounters. And it's niche. It's really good. Yeah, Bon Parfumer. Nitro Red, great choice. Great choice. I'm thinking I'm going to wear that one this weekend, actually. I've been eyeballing it. I talked about it a couple of videos ago. I've been eyeballing it. I haven't worn it in a while. Right? It's about to be 15 years ago. That's crazy. I got married in 2008. We just celebrated on the 12th, our 14th anniversary, because I got married 11/12/10. Yeah. It is indeed some strong cologne. But what are you talking about? It's reformulated water. It's gone in 30 minutes, bro. Right? Oud is supposedly close to Helfetti, and cedar looks like its own thing. Got a shipping notification I'm really excited for. Something that is going to garner a lot of hype coming tomorrow. Hint, hint, wink, wink, huh? Bad Boy Extreme. Just purchased my last fragrance of the year. Mancera Tonka Cola and Kajal Lamar. Well, you went out with a bang. That's one of my absolute top 5 favorite Manceras, and that is the best Kajal fragrance, in my opinion. A hammer and a power saw on top of that. Go ahead with your bad self, Kara. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, look. I haven't come across a mediocre fragrance in that Maliki line. I haven't. Musk Maliki is about the closest one that's kind of mediocre, but still I would put it like 7, 7.5. I think that's actually what I rated it. But Cedar Maliki, Black Incense Maliki, oh my. Oh my. Man, I still need to get Leather Maliki. It's like $75 right now. It's in stock in a couple of places. I need to get that one. New release. Cedar Maliki is the one to beat, though. It's the first one Joel turned me on to, and I started exploring the line. Cardamom's good stuff. That's the one. That's the one. That was my first fragrance from them, and it's still my favorite fragrance from them. Ralph's Club Elixir. Good stuff. French Defense on the jacket from yesterday. That's fair. That's fair. I highly doubt me and Ashton will be doing anything together. No beef or anything like that. I just don't see it happening. You know, I don't ever think that'll be, well, I'll never say never. I just don't see it in the cards anytime soon. Hell, we haven't even spoke since like December. It's been almost a year since the last time we spoke. So, yeah, that's great that you'd like to see it. Doesn't mean you're going to see it. Not yet. That's probably going to be the last one we do. That they do. I was watching Pat McAfee when he made it official. So I'm going to skip on down because all these questions are, it's like y'all don't want me to smell these decants. Okay, here, the best Kajal fragrance. No, Icon I would put number 2 because Icon is their best fun fragrance, but their most impressive fragrance is Lamar. Hands down. So on that note, we are going with Aqua Fahrenheit next. Never smelled it, been wanting to smell it for years. Let's see what it's all about. 2 big old sprays. Oh, there's that violet. I'm sorry, if Fahrenheit doesn't make any version of the Fahrenheit profile, when you smell it, if it doesn't make you smile a little bit, I don't know if we could be friends. It's just such an iconic profile. It's so good, right? Oh, that is over the top fresh, a little green. Mouth-watering. They definitely removed the leather from this version. There's no leather here whatsoever. It's a little spiced. I see the cucumber Austin was talking about. Very much like, dare I say, like photorealistic cutting into a cucumber type of smell. Like really authentic. Kind of surprised. This is a banger. Damn, now I want a bottle. I don't have another fragrance that smells like this. This is a banger. Yeah, this is a banger. I wouldn't put it over the Le Parfum. I still think that's the ultimate version of the profile, but this is a banger. It's like really, really good. It still maintains that core profile, that little bit of petroleum, but it's so watery, fresh, mild green. Smells like cutting into cucumbers. This opening is amazing. I'm impressed. This opening's fantastic. That's a good one. Now I know what you're talking about, Austin. Let's see what these notes are. I want to say once or twice I've looked at the notes. I sure as shit don't remember them. 2011. 7.2 out of 10. Fresh, spicy, aquatic, woody, citrus. So we got mint and basil is the green I'm getting. Leather's apparently still here. I don't smell leather right now. Maybe as it dries, but I sure as shit do not get leather right now. Get the violet, get the woods. I get watery fresh, so that's citrus. It's very juicy, not sharp at all. It does have this cucumber smell, though. It's like cutting into cucumbers. Maybe that's the mint and the basil. It's giving it that. That's got to be what's making that smell, the mint and the basil mixing together. This is amazing. My rating is going to be higher than that. Okay. My rating is definitely going to be higher. Fahrenheit cologne. Bright leather. I do get a little bit of Brioni EDP here. That's fruitier because of the apple. Like this has a prominent apple note in it. But that green apple is super dominant in the top. But yeah. Yeah. This is fresher than that. But they walk the same path. Now, bright leather. A little bit. A little bit. Does have some similarity in the notes. Grapefruit, mandarin orange, basil, leather. There's some similarity there. I have Youp Wow Fresh. I've never smelled Youp Wow. Oh, that is Youp Wow Fresh. That, this is still fresher than Youp Wow Fresh. I have a 40 ml of this. They're not quite the same. There's some similarity there. But Fahrenheit cologne is always one I've said the clear bottle of Mercedes-Benz, the self-titled fragrance Mercedes-Benz by Mercedes-Benz. That's that. That's this. I wonder if people have related it to it. They did the Intense? No. No, the Intense is more like regular Fahrenheit. Y'all wild. Y'all wild. Because this is the one that's like Fahrenheit cologne. Notice it's very similar notes. So no, pay attention to this note breakdown. You got all these citruses, violet leaf, cascalone, nutmeg, cedarwood, all that good stuff. Now let me go back to Fahrenheit cologne. Violet, all those citruses, nutmeg. See what I'm saying? Aquatic notes instead of the cascalone. Very similar. It's basically a budgetary version of Fahrenheit cologne, because I've smelled Fahrenheit cologne once or twice, and that's what it reminds me of. It's like a dead ringer for it. That's why I've always liked Mercedes-Benz by Mercedes-Benz. It's really, you can find that for $25 at Ross Dress for Less for a 4-ounce bottle. It's such a great buy. It really is. That's such a great fragrance. It's one of the best cheap fragrances money can buy. This is better though. Aqua Fahrenheit's like 8 out of 10 kind of stuff for me. Great fragrance. Great fragrance. I would like to get a bottle, but I'm confident I'm not going to want to pay what they're costing. Just for shits and giggles. Let me see. 125. We got an open box one. Bid starts at 100, 180, 160. Some crazy dumbass. Look at this. See, this is the problem with the world right here. 2015 formula, sealed, batch number, $2,187. Fuck you. I hope this, if you see this person, flashy deal store, I hope you see this, sir. Fuck you. You're what's ruining everything. That's ridiculous. That's a problem. I hope he never sells it ever. I hope there's never a person stupid enough to pay him $2,200 for a bottle of Aqua Fahrenheit. That is stupid. I know nobody here is dumb enough to do that. Every single person, that anybody watching the replay in the future, you're not dumb enough to do that either. That is, what is wrong with people? Who in their right mind lists this and like, yes, somebody's going to buy this. 5 watchers. They're watching it just to watch it. Ain't a one of them about to buy this bottle for $2,200. And lost his damn mind. I could see people charging $150, $200. It's discontinued. You make a little profit, especially if you scooped it up for a steal. You make your margins. I get that. $2,187.15. I reiterate, fuck you. Okay? Sorry for the F-bombs for those of you that don't like when I do that, but that deserves it. That's stupid. My God. Hope some of you enjoyed that. I know some of you did. Kara enjoyed that for sure. Steal their tester. Yeah, still can't believe they wouldn't sell that to you. I saw Fragrance Buy just stocked that. It's funny that you mentioned that. They just restocked it yesterday. Asphalt notes different, and I like it for only $20. They actually just stocked that. Okay, let's skip on down a little bit. There's similarity. There's clear similarity. I wouldn't say it's a direct replacement for it, but it's definitely similar. Yeah, this is Aqua Fahrenheit. It's amazing. I would love to get a bottle, not for no $2,200. Now, the one that I saw for $125 or best offer, this is realistic. Oh, it's the splash. Never mind. That's not realistic. I don't want a splash. See if we got anything else in the 150 or less range. 592. That's wild too. He's not going to get a big FU, but that's stupid. 175 for a 75. So maybe I won't get a bottle because some of these are ridiculous. Like the most I'd be willing to pay is like 150. I'd be cool with a 75 ml. I don't need 125, but I wouldn't want to pay more than 150. I would like to get a bottle, and maybe I will get lucky and come across that at one point, but not no 592 or $2,187 or $82, whatever it was. Wild ass shit. Blue Talisman, you sir smell good. I did a review on that a long time ago from a decan. A lot of vanilla and vetiver. Doesn't smell anything like Fahrenheit, like at all. The bottle looks cool though. That white gradients. For any of you that have never seen Fahrenheit 32, bottle looks really cool. Yeah, bottle looks really, really cool. So there's some white florals, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of vetiver. A lot of vetiver and vanilla. More than you would think. It's not as like you see iris, and I got excited too. It's not as much iris as you would think. It's solid. I don't think it's special though. I know there's some big fans of this one. Yeah, I love Icon. I wore Icon 2 days ago. It's right here. I wore it 2 days ago. It's amazing. I said it in my shorts video for my sin of the day. I was like, it's their best fun fragrance. I think their most impressive fragrance is Lamar, but that's the best to wear just anytime and every time. That's a fun fragrance. It smells great. It is a good one, man. That's one of Ferragamo's best. You can wear that anytime. Fresh leather for warm weather. Maybe not to the extent of something like Saffron Colognese from Nichane, my favorite warm weather leather. But yeah, definitely up there. It sure seemed like a joke. I'm the owner of Flashy Deals. So yeah, sure. Sure you are. They take Afterpay. I mean, I'm sure you can do pay in 4 through PayPal. I wouldn't do that. Matt, you're better than I know you're just trying to be funny, but oh boy, don't let me find out any one of y'all are doing that. I'm gonna give you hell. Don't do that. That's such a bad move. What a bad investment on a bottle of Aqua Fahrenheit that would be. It does have a chance, but I mean, he's probably got everything under the sun. He's even got the batch code in the listing. I'm sure it's authentic. And the fact that he's saying the year and the batch code and all that, it's probably a good version of it. It's because he's proud enough to put it in the title of the listing. But that's wild. Right? And Hot Lux is not good. I would rather this over Hot Lux. Hot Lux is from Raja Parfums, by the way. That's the one Raja Parfums fragrance is like no-go for me. And it's like $1,800 or something like that. I love that y'all give each other the business like this. That bottle with no, hell no. That guy's out his mind. Oh, if you're going to use it every day, yeah, get the biggest bottle you can. Get your value, you know? If it's going to be like signature scent-worthy stuff for you, yeah, always go the 200 ml route. If you're not the type that wants a big old collection, you just got a couple, 2-3 handfuls of fragrances, and something like that's a go-to, yeah. Your value is going to be in getting the bigger bottle. You're going to get the most for your money. Price per ml keeps dropping as you get the bigger bottles. Oh, Jesus. Y'all just going back and forth at it. Probably think Kevin Hart is funny. Hey, go for it. Like I was saying about that 200 ml of late and early. It's like, man, you don't need it. It's your money. Do what you want to do. Good to see you. Eros Flame, looking at Low 7 Cobalt. Your thoughts? Prefer it to Bleu de Chanel EDP. But I also prefer De Zero from Nichane to it. That one's a little bit different, whereas Low 7 Cobalt's, it's Bleu de Chanel EDP, but more aquatic. It's pretty much what it is. And you can get it for less. You can get a 75 ml for like $77, $80. I think I paid like $77. for, was it a 50 ml or so? I think it was a 50 ml. The bottle was literally right behind. So there's Nikolai. Right behind it is low. So you can see the cap right where my finger's at. It's low 7 cobalt. That's the one. I can't put anything over my beloved Aqua Cinziali Blue, so red leather is number 2 from the house for me. Red leather is the one. Yeah. And One More Signature is my number 3. Bright leather is my number 4. If I remember correctly, because I did rank them. I did that rank the house. If I remember correctly, that was how I ranked them. The only fragrance I have tried must be on the shelf. It's Sex in the Sea. No, it's right here. Sex in the Sea. This stuff is a weird opening. Dry Down's gorgeous. Weird opening. Not as tropical as you may think when you spray it. But outside of that, that's my only experience with the brand is that one. So spicy leather and bright leather, if you mix them together and add iris, you get red leather. It's kind of like a combination of the entire line. From what I understand, it's a rebottling of black. That's my understanding. I don't know how accurate it is. That's what I've come to understand. Oh, they're just playing. They do it all the time. They're just playing. You should see Paul and Boz. They do it. Sometimes they're being super nice to each other, and sometimes they're just picking on each other, giving each other the business. It's all in good spirit. Everybody's just playing around. That's not something I can weigh in on. I don't know. That's a better question for George. That's nothing I can answer. They do. The stuff I've tried so far anyway is pretty good. Santal 33, I don't like it. I'm the opposite. That's the one iris fragrance I just don't like. I tried a handful or so of times with the original. I've tried several clones as well. I just don't like it. It's got this weird, like, it's not the most waxy iris. It's the way the sandalwood with the iris comes across. It's just, I don't know, it's just unappealing is the best thing I can say. It's just unappealing to me. And look, I've read people hate it. Why? It just doesn't smell good. It smells not foul. That's not the right word. Sour is not the right word. It's almost like chalky meats. And like I'm trying to really find it because without having it on hand to sniff to really refresh my thoughts. It's been a couple of years since the last time I gave it a shot. It's been like 2 years since the last time I tried. I just can't get down with it. I didn't know more people beyond me didn't care for it. I thought I was one of the few. I just don't get down with it. But look, if you like it, you like it. You know, there's stuff I love that people don't like. It's all of us, right? We all have different tastes. You shouldn't like it any less because I don't like it, you know? For sure. Coastal Breeze is good stuff. The Bishop and Dedrick Alive. All right, all right. I mean, we'll be shutting it down in a little bit. We still got 2 more to do. Yeah, I know. I have Antilles Vetiver, which is beautiful, creamy citrus and woods, a little green, really good. So I've actually made it to the bottom. Here we go. All right, next we are going with Tobac 28. Let's see. I never looked at the notes before. I just know Justin really likes it, and Grace bought it for him for his birthday one year. That's all I know about. That's strong. That is strong, that initial spray. It's smoky tobacco, at least out in the air. Ooh. Is that like plum? Is that? Huh. That's pretty damn nice. It's dark and earthy and moist and smoky and rich and fruity and all these beautiful things. This one's bottle worthy. Now this I'd have to pay more than Aqua Fahrenheit for, I'm sure, for the 50 mils. I think they only make 50 mils. This smells awesome. Nice and smoky. This is a good one. This is a good one. I've never looked at the notes. I have no idea. Is that plum? Some kind of fruitiness I get from it. The tobacco, rum, oud, cedarwood. Gaiac wood's my smokiness, apparently. Tobacco Absolute and oud could be smoky as well. Gaiac wood's going to give me smoke. Green cardamom. The rum, maybe the rum's playing a trick on me and that's all the sweetness I'm getting, but it smells fruity like a plum. Very smoky. It's definitely more woodsy than it is earthy. Like, I agree with the arrangements of the accords. Spicy, I would say smoky, woody, earthy, sweet, spicy is the way I would arrange those. So spicy would move to 5th, sweet would move to 4th. I would go smoky, woody, earthy, sweet, spicy. This is very smoky on my skin. But then again, it could be my skin chemistry. Smoky accords of any kind, Gaiac wood, incense, all these different things. They tend to pop off of my skin. They react very well with my natural oils is basically what I'm coming to here. This is like 8s and undershoot. I'm seeing like, where does it fall in with my 5 favorite tobaccos? Because it's up there. Like, can it trump any of those? Like, I don't think it's better than Royal Bourbon. I don't think it's better than Tobac. I don't think it's better than Triumph of Bacchus. I don't think it's better than Leather Tobac. It might be a little bit better than Red Tobacco, Intense Red Tobacco, though, and Red Tobacco. I think it's better. I think it's number 5. I think it would be number 5 if I had a bottle. I think it, because I love Intense Red Tobacco. Of course, I've always loved Red Tobacco, but I like the Intense more. Yeah, I think this is superior to it. It's kind of dapper. For being so smoky and earthy, it's kind of dapper. I like this a lot. This is like quarter zip. This is V-necks if you want it to be. Long sleeve V-neck. Henleys. Like, it doesn't have to be dressed up. Like somewhat semi-casual. This is good. This is... I'm going to go 8.75 out of 10. Bordering outstanding. Because I do have some tobaccos I find superior to it, but this is up there. This is up there with the upper echelon of tobaccos that I've smelled and that I own. Now we're talking. This is definitely the best fragrance I've smelled. Aqua Fahrenheit, I still wish I could get if I could get a bottle at a decent price, I totally would get a bottle of Aqua Fahrenheit. This I may need to get. This is going to be pricey as shit, though. It's going to be over $200, I'm sure. I don't know if I'm going to get it. It's like, do I like it that much? Am I going to wear it any more than any of the other ones I just mentioned? Whew, it's good, though. It's good, though. It's a moist, earthy tobacco. It's not dry. That rum is probably what's making it so moist, that rum accord. It's not a dry smell at all. This is a banger getting thrown around again. This is a banger for sure. Tobac 28 is legit. Now I see why Justin likes it so much. It's really good. Like, really, really good. Definitely worth sampling if you like tobacco fragrances. Will complete your Creed collection. Complete the ones you want, because I doubt you have every Creed. Noted. The core are live here. I appreciate that. We got a little bit more than that. We got 132. We've been hovering around 135 to 140. This is the lowest we've been in pretty much the whole stream, except for when we first started, you know, first 15 minutes or whatever. It's good. I'm jealous. Speaking of bickering, Mo and Newt, I forgot about that. Kelly Rain, Aura Fragrances, Virgin Olive, 205. Is it a 50 ml though? That sounds like a 50 ml price. Monsieur Vertier. 20500 ml. There you go, Jason. Shout out to Cali for the hookup. Yep. Full presentation, too. That's a deal right there, buddy. That's the best you're going to find it. I can't believe it's that low. Normally, like 230 is going to be the cheapest you find it. That's a deal right there. There you go, Jason. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Shout out to Cali for the hookup. College, I like that one. It brings back time and place. Understandable. I think this is Justin's fit. Yeah, because Grace bought it for him for his birthday. That's what makes it all the more special. It is an in-store exclusive. Sure is. When they were in New York was when she bought it under his nose and gave it to him for his birthday. Yep. That's exactly right. I know the whole story. Yeah. That's why it's so special to him. Because he had sampled it. He fell in love with the fragrance. So behind, when he wasn't looking, she bought it and gave it to him for his birthday. This was 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. Oh yeah, this is really, really good, James. Really, really good. When you come across a niche tobacco dominant fragrance, there's pretty much always really good. None of them are even close to just very good or okay. They're always like really freaking good. And that's definitely the case here. That is a very basic fragrance. That is going in my 10 most disappointing designer releases of 2014. It's not a bad fragrance. It's super basic. Like, I can't believe that's what their new release was kind of thing. Like, when you smell it, you'll probably be like, I have something that smells like this. It's a very generic, slightly green aquatic fragrance. Clean and musky, watery, fresh, a little bit of citrus, a hint of green. It's pretty. It smells nice. It doesn't smell bad at all. It smells nice. It's been done to death, is basically what it comes down to. That's why I'm disappointed in Issey Miyake, because they've been on a run of really good flankers, and they drop a new creation that's not a new creation. It's a new bottle, it's a new name, but the fragrance isn't a new fragrance. All right. Let's see. Quarter zip A, now we're talking. I'm a fan of fragrances compatible with casual clothes, but not like basic t-shirt and hoodie and joggers. And that's what I do most of the time when we go out and about. Polos, quarter zips, v-necks, things like that. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Oh, so it's in Miami. Okay, I thought it was New York, but that's, yeah, because she bought it in store. So it must have been when they were there. I thought it was New York. You'll thank me later. You will. You'll thank me later. So let's get to La Cordee from Moncler. Shout outs to Kalen, who must be busy with work. Normally he would be here. Serious atomizer. Serious travel size. It's a lot of fragrance. I definitely won't need a bottle. That's every bit of like 10 ml. 2 sprays. I know Ogun has hyped the shit out of this fragrance. He's responsible for a lot of bottle sales in this community on this fragrance. That I know of for sure. That is so much fresher than I was thinking it was going to be. I've never looked at the notes. This is very fresh, like very, very fresh. Not citrus crazy either. A little bit, but it's not like that. It's more of a watery, fresh kind of thing than it is any type of sweet citrus or any zesty, sharp citrus. It's like super fresh. I did not think that's what this fragrance was. It's a freshie. Like, it's the freshest fragrance of the 4. Like, it's fresher than Aqua Fahrenheit. Oh, Aqua Fahrenheit's so good. That leather is coming out a little bit more now that it's drying down. I could see this being something special out in the air, but up close on skin, not special. Not understanding the hype. Fresh, woody, green, spicy citrus, black tea, bergamot, cypress. It's very watery. Fresh should be in the main accord. I agree. It's like super watery. It's kind of basic, but maybe that's the beauty of it. It doesn't smell like a bunch of other things to me, but it does smell basic. Nobody's marked anything similar because it doesn't like, there's nothing that jumps out. This is like this fragrance, you know, but it's very simple, like really simple. It's not super herbal, but it's a little green, but it's very watery. I could swear like freshwater notes would be in here, aquatic notes, freshwater, something like that, because it's that level of fresh water that I'm shocked to not see it listed. Doesn't mean it's not there. I doubt the entire formula is just the 3 fragrances, but it's not wow, but still really good quality. And it's simple, but doesn't seem redundant. Like style of fragrance, redundant. Actual profile doesn't come across as redundant. Like I can't think of a fragrance to compare it to specifically that it smells similar to. But anything that's basic, fresh, watery, citrus, green, woody, it does the same exact job. It's just a really good quality fragrance. It's definitely a really good quality fragrance, I gotta say. I'm kind of in line here. I'm actually a little bit below the 7. I think it's 7.5. It's very good fragrance. It just does it's missing that something special. But this is one of those dumb reach type fragrances. You're going to smell of high quality. It's kind of dapper for being a freshie, because this is a true freshie right here. This is fresh, fresh, fresh. Very good, not great. You know, feels like it's missing something. Like it's an incomplete fragrance to me. Like it's lacking some depth. It's all surface. Maybe that's a controversial take. I don't know. But it's what I'm thinking in the moment, you know. It's pretty good. I wouldn't get a bottle. I don't need a bottle anyway. He gave me a lot. It's a large amount. It's every bit of 10 ml. It smells really good. Wear that out the shower tonight. We're going to give it a little evening run. It smells really good. I can definitely see myself going back to it. All right, let's see. I ordered Affection today from your recommendation. I hope you like it too. It's definitely the creamier of the two. Between that and Care Pistachio, I actually did a versus video on the two. Alpha Yellow Blue. Whiskey Reserve. Just adds apple whiskey and white oak DNA, but smells good. Gary, good to see you, sir. No worries. Soprano Elite. Cocorico. I've heard good things about Cocorico from Jean-Paul Gaultier. Debating on grabbing Kirk, but I heard Lattafa Confidential Private Gold is almost identical. A fraction of the price. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm willing to bet the Tiziano Terenzi fragrance is higher quality. So almost identical. It's another almost fragrance. I'm glad you used the word almost. It's almost Kirk. Not quite. It's almost Kirk. I haven't smelled it. I have no idea. I'm not sure. Oh, Aqua Fahrenheit's amazing. If it wasn't ridiculously priced, well, one in particular is outrageously priced on eBay, but you know, it's a little further out than I'd like to pay. $150 or less for a 75 ml. I would probably scoop a bottle. That is the sideways head bottle. He's inferior to Kirk. Yeah, there you go. Smells identical and performs well. Might scratch Kirk off the list and grab Lattafa. So if you like Kirk, I can't help, but because obviously that means you like the Herbapora DNA. I would say maybe look into Herbal Aquatica from Montal. No, it's not Lattafa prices, but it's cheaper than Tiziano Terenzi. It's Herbapora with mint and aquatic notes. I prefer it to everything of the Herbapora profile that I've smelled, including Herbapora, Kirk, all of them. I think it's the best rendition of that profile I've smelled, like hands down. It's like 75, 80 bucks, something like that for 100 ml. Let me look real quick. Let's take a look. At least what they have it for. Just throwing it out there. Obviously, do what you want. 75 bucks. They do have it in stock. 75 bucks. It's amazing. And it's a monster performer. The performance is no issue here. It's an absolute monster. They have a tester? No tester. Just a recommendation. Do as you please. If you want to get the Lattafa, get the Lattafa, you know. Happy Land's Home for the holidays, and probably now I'm going to base this on having more cooler days than not. So Happy Land Home for the holidays for sure, and probably Ferragamo Uomo Signature. If I could have those two for the holiday season, I'd be happy. Parfum is Mount Rushmore. Sillage Monster. See, that's what I'm saying. There's probably the magic in it is probably the simplicity with the quality. It probably it's very captivating and stuff like I'm sure there's a reason Ogun has put the stamp of approval so heavily on this fragrance. I trust his opinion. I know him very well. I trust his opinion. And if he's saying it's that jam, there's reason. His experiences have taught him it's that jam. So, and man, he does a lot of stuff. So he has a lot of opportunity for compliments. The man does get a lot of compliments. So, oh yeah, hands down. Now Black Noir I find a little bit more wearable, but not tomato in wearability really. But Black Prestigium's special. It's special. Kara was getting compliments coming out of her ears this morning. Had somebody she mentioned somebody bought a bottle before they even clocked in because they fell in love with it. That, if you want a white floral take on Herbapore, that's a good one. I got a bottle last week. London. I was wondering if somebody was going to bring up London. That's a lot of people's go-to for Christmas. I do not have my own fragrance line. I've done 2 fragrances with Zaharoff. We always do a limited run. It's a Business Over Pleasure was the first one. It was a very office-friendly iris fragrance. And then Evening Mystique was the last one, which was a very evening-appropriate flanker. It was a very resinous, smoky iris. Beautiful storytelling, quality, artistry. Claude Deer created them for me, master perfumer Claude Deer. Justin had Vincent Kaczynski. I forgot who Andrea's perfumer was, but it's all done through Mon, which is where George gets his oils and everything. That's who Claude's contracted to. I don't have my own brand or anything like that. I just do the collaborations with George. If and when I get an opportunity, I know exactly what I want to do a third time and a fourth time and a fifth time. Well, not a fifth time, but I know what I want to do for a third and a fourth time. Continuing the story, building wardrobe, because got the daytime office friendly, got the evening out cooler weather. I have to continue building the wardrobe. And one day I'll continue building the wardrobe. I'm confident in that. I got to narrow it down. This is going to be hard to crunch it down to the 10 best. There's some really good ones this year. There's a middle tier because there's so many good ones. It's not just the best and the worst. There's a middle tier. Not really, because Oros is more of a very close to being a carbon copy of regular Aventus. This is like a twist on Absolute Aventus because instead of having the spices of Absolute Aventus, it has white florals. Not the same. There's some redundancy, but not as much as you would think. Noted. Aurum is phenomenal for that. 'Tis the season. Christmas time's when I like the gourmands. That's when you'll see me pulling Aurum out as well. It's just going to be in December. Hanukkah too. So you must be Jewish. You must be Jewish then. Bottle looks epic. Indeed. So once we get to an hour and a half, we'll shut it down. We all head on over to Dedrick's stream and go give Dedrick a hard time and the White Glove Bandit, known as Jared the Bishop Miller. And when you go, you'll see why I call him the White Glove Bandit. The man wears white gloves to touch his fragrance bottles. Scared of fingerprints. White Glove Bandit strikes again. It's not out yet. It got announced. It hasn't been dropped yet. Fig Me Up is what it's called. I definitely want it. That's some good ones, man. That's some good ones. Nah. I don't seek having every clone like everybody wants me to. Everybody's like, you should review this, you should review that. Like, I just want me to get all the clones. I only get the clones that I'm interested in. Unless somebody sends them to me. That's different if it's sent to me in a package. I normally don't pick that, you know. Have a new Lattafa clone that's cloning Labo Paradise Garden. It's coming in tomorrow from Perfume Box. I'm actually quite eager to check that out and see how close it's going to be. I'm going to review that this weekend. It's coming in tomorrow. I got to go to my P.O. box again. It'll be my third trip to my P.O. box this week. So I don't know the name of it or anything. They reached out to me. Hey, want to send it? You want to check it out? Sure. Of course I do. Love Paradise Garden. I think that's going to be in my top 10 designers released this year. Let's see how accurate. I can almost guarantee you I'm going to say, almost. Almost. If you want to save money, yeah, because the Lattafa is going to be much cheaper. No. Nope. Zero hints. None whatsoever. Pull out for Christmas time. Does he have bubbles with that glove? Yeah, exactly. That's a great question. That's a fantastic question. Let me think. I don't know. I'd have to give that some thought. Nothing's like jumping into my mind immediately. Kind of drawing a blank. Sorry for the yawn. I don't know. Nothing's like jumping out in my mind. I have to give that some deeper thought. Noted. Happy Hanukkah to you, to the missus, the expecting mother. Feedback doesn't change. I wear it sporadically, a couple times a year here and there. It's the same feedback as the last time you heard me talk about it. I get questions like this more often than you would think, where it's like, hey, do you like this fragrance less or more? Does it perform better or worse now? I know you've talked about it in 47 videos, but has it changed from the last time you talked about it? I do get a decent amount of these comments, and I'm like, no, I'm still. The only time the opinion would change is from first impression to full review, or just from first impression to after a few wearings. After that, my opinion's pretty like locked in. Once I've spent a decent amount of time with it, had at least a handful of wearings with it or more, my opinion's pretty sunk in at that point. It's not going to change. Yeah, you definitely need to sample that one. Yeah, I bet they are. Forever Love by Panador kind of reminds me of it, so undecided between them. Yeah, it's one from Lattafa they're sending me. I don't even know the name of it. He didn't tell me the name of it. He just told me it's cloning Labo Paradise Garden. It's just, I don't even know if it's out yet. Like, I think I'm getting the first crack at it. I think I'm getting the opportunity to be the first to review it, as far as I know. Yay, you know. But you know me, just because it got sent to me. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. And if it falls in between, I'll tell you why it falls in between. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty confident it'll be good. Will it be as good as the original? I don't know. That's the point. We're going to find out. And Polo Supremacy Leather. Oh, the Supremacy fragrances. Cashmere and oud. I always want to try those. That's a good one. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a good one. It's like $25 right now. I looked when I posted the link when I was uploading it. It's $25. Full presentation. That's a steal. That's such a steal for that fragrance. Noted. No, so that wasn't a blind buy, though. He asked a blind buy that went from that. That wasn't a blind buy. I had got one of the little mini bottles first and put it in a spray decant, an atomizing decant, and spent time with it. And it grew on me after a few times where I ended up buying a bottle. That wasn't the same thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we hit an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys coming and hang. No, you don't have to apologize. All good. I understand the misunderstanding. I understand your misunderstanding of the situation. No big deal. So, guys, if you want to keep the party going, head on over to Dedrick Hicks Jr., my brother from another mother. Let's go give the White Glove Bandit a hard time, the Bishop, Jarrett Miller, and see what's what over there. Thank you guys for coming and hang. I appreciate it. Check out today's video if you haven't yet. We talked about some really, really damn good cheap fragrances today. One of the better collection of 10 cheap fragrances I think I've talked about in a while, honestly. Like, some serious shit, some stuff I need to get back in my lineup for sure. Like, yeah, I think we brought our best foot forward here this morning. So check that video out yet if you haven't. Again, let's head on over to Dedrick's stream, keep the stream party going, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be doing something. We'll be live. Have a good one.